There are typically three branches of Buddhist traditions. You've got a lot of little micro groups, but these are called Theravada Buddhists, and those Buddhists were probably connected to an area in northwest northern India, ancient India, perhaps even into what is modern day Pakistan and Nepal. But these are Theravada Buddhists, and slowly over time, as Buddhism became very successful in India, ancient India, they were located in the southern tip of India, Sri Lanka, and then it went over into Southeast Asia. So you see these Theravada monks in places like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and they wear the robes of supposedly Buddhist monks wore the robes of the earth that were in the certain context and environments that they lived and practiced. And walking goes all the way back to probably the Buddha himself, at least in the earliest traditions of Buddhism that we have from the archaeological and textual evidence. And so these monks are walking, from one place to another, especially in times in which there's a lot of issues, whether it's war or famine or anger. And I was talking to a friend earlier today, and we was trying to tell them about what they are. And of course, they're kind of like a lighthouse. So when they're walking in this way in front of people that are not monastic or not even Buddhists, they are giving off this energy of a lighthouse saying, we have a sort of spiritual energy. And the other thing that really kind of sparked my interest today was that, like Star Wars fans out there, that Yoda would take this negative energy from the Sith, and he would take it and he would absorb it, and then he would dissipate it so that negative energy was not there anymore in the public, right? So what you see with monks like this from the Theravada tradition is that their walking is that they realize there is a problem out there in our regular world, and they are taking it upon themselves to show that there is a peaceful, nonviolent solution, and that they want to make people not angry anymore. And I can't tell you how many friends from Charlotte and South Carolina who have written me and texted me and said, "Oh my God, just all my anger and all my, depression or all my negative energy just went away after seeing them." And it's really special. I mean, I know every religious tradition has their own sort of benefits and really unique things, but the Buddhist, there's just something about the smiles and the idea that they want to take away all those negative sort of things from our society as non-monastic people. But it is incredibly special to see it in America. This experience in the context, it just was so powerful. I mean, a lot of my friends have been just texting me left and right. Charlotte had amazing turnouts for them. And I just think that, all those years of studying and then, kind of, understanding what my sort of adult academic life was about was in a culmination, watching these guys coming down with, I mean, they had almost, they have very little on. They have smiles on their faces. There's extreme amount of powerful energy, I guess you would call it. And I'm not being supernatural about it. There's just something about, how people radiate, and they radiate, and their smiles were lit up, and just seeing I just can't even really comprehend anything like it other than seeing maybe the president come down with the motorcade, because there were so many people, law enforcement, fire department, ambulances, support. I mean, it looked like something out of the Tour de France. Buddhist intellectual and spiritual practices have been in the United States at least from the 50s and 60s. So I can't imagine that it hasn't happened in America before. I've never noticed it in my lifetime on this kind of level. It's clearly picking up steam. I was told today, I don't know if this is accurate, you'll have to double check, but I was told they surpassed over 1 million followers on, I guess, their Facebook page, and that this thing is picking up steam. Like I really didn't think. I know Charlotte really showed out, and I'm sure Raleigh's going to be a even bigger probably show of people. What we are seeing is a very very rare thing, and it was something that's growing, and it's good. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when it gets to DC, when those monks enter DC. The crowds will probably be massive. I mean, just imagine, when they started out, probably people thought, oh, these guys can't walk, 2,000, 2,500 miles from Texas to DC. It was a beautiful experience. Probably a lot of people don't get to have those kinds of experiences, especially in a secular sort of society like America. But I think one of the things that I take away from it is really about the political world we live in, of course, not just in America, but geopolitically and around the world. There's a lot of people that are fearful of where things are going. And I think the Buddhist response from these monks is that that's why we needed to do this. I heard today from various people around me that they're not going to stop in DC, that they are going to continue this and they're going to take it to other countries as well. So I hope that's true. It was just something you don't see very often, and it was powerful in its simplicity. It's one of those things where it's just like it was very simple, but it was not very simple. And the tradition of the Theravada Buddhists and Buddhism in general is that's sort of how they work. That's how they operate. And it was really nice to see, especially in a country that is not predominantly Buddhist. I had some people ask me about, well, are they trying to convert people and this kind of thing? And they're not trying to convert anybody to Buddhism. They're just trying to be that lighthouse and trying to bring a better world. And I think that we can all, as opinionated as I can get sometimes, we can all take something special away from that.